What's up, y'all? It's Kay. So I'm recording again, and this is where I share my story, I tell my testimony, but I'm doing this in two different settings because personal reasons. So here you go. I have on my Boss Your Life t-shirt because this represents my brand that I now own, that I'm the CEO and founder of. And it speaks so many different volumes because when I think about bossing my life, I think about all of the trials and tribulations that I went through. I wasn't raised by my biological father, and that planted a seed early on in my life of rejection and abandonment and feeling like I was not secure and feeling like, why does this man who is my father not want me? And no longer, I don't blame him because we all go through different changes and seasons of our lives, right? We all are doing this. We all are going through this. But I went through life, just trying to understand who I am. And I still am every day. You know what I mean? Life is lived forward and you understand it as you continue to, live. And there were different seasons where I was very low on confidence. I did not think I was beautiful. I didn't think I was pretty. I thought I was the bottom of somebody's shoe, like the scum on somebody's shoe. You know what I mean? I went through those types of things. I went through those feelings of, rejection and fear and failure. And I think in a lot of ways I overcompensated by trying to be so perfect. You know how you sometimes, just want to be so perfect that nobody sees your scars. But I had so many deep scars. I used to cry alone at night. I didn't tell certain things to my family. And I have a loving family, a prayerful family. But I just felt like that if I was to tell them what I was going through and they saw that I would no longer be perfect. I would no longer be desirable. I would no longer be successful or accomplished. But I'm telling my story now with power. And I went through different changes of revealing who I am because that's what it took for me to do it. But I made some choices along the way with men that were not healthy at all. I even experienced a season of my life where after I spoke for the first time in 2017 in front of God's people, I met someone, and literally did I know that person already had a plan for my life. And I'm not going to go into detail about it, but from that experience, I decided to have an abortion because of the circumstances. And all the circumstances of people's lives for the reason why they did get abortions, it's on them. It's different for everybody. And sometimes we are too quick to judge people and too quick to say, well, this person is that way without even knowing their circumstances, without even knowing their options or whatever their story is. And so I'm here to say that for any woman who has experienced, certain things in life that you are shameful about telling, then don't feel like you're alone in that story, because I also felt very, very alone. I also felt very, very rejected, and it was because of so many different situations in my life that I dated the certain men that did not really lift me up. They didn't really push me to be the progressing woman of God that I can say that I am today. But all of my decisions and all of my circumstances and all of my struggles and all of my hardships have made me who I am today. It have made me more confident. It has made me more wanting to pursue God. But it was all because of God that you see the smile on my face, that when I tell my story, I am no longer afraid. That when I tell my story, I tell it in confidence, because no one is going to hold my past against me. God has forgotten because I have repented for what I have done. And when you repent, God forgets. It no longer matters what you did 5 years ago, 3 years ago, but the key to that is repenting. And then if God can forget, then you need to move on. The number one way the enemy tries to continue to hold you back and distract you and destroy you is by hovering things and lingering things over you from your past, from the mistakes that you made. But God doesn't remember those. And there's so much more to say on that. You can listen to my Miles Monroe teach on prayer and, forgetting and repenting and things like that. But I wanted to tell my story the way that I wanted to tell it. That the way that no one can, try to hold it over my head, because it ain't about that. So I'm going to show some pictures of some things that I've been through. You're going to see some of those things. But I just say stay tuned. Stay tuned to hear what God has brought me through and know that he can bring you through. It's possible.